The Buffalo Sabres game last night against the Montreal Canadiens can best be described as a no good, very bad game, as Montreal Canadiens fans have been telling me all morning. Hi, I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. And a post I made talking about the Carolina Hurricanes and the Buffalo Sabres in the same sentence, because I predicted the Sabres would win in 6 and then went on to muse about what that would mean in the subsequent series, got some traction today. Because apparently, Canadiens fans have some big feelings about anyone being in support of their own team. Big feelings about it. And actually, I'll say this. Some of them made a post. Some of them commented making fun of me. I lightly jabbed back. We sort of reached a tete-a-tete, and it was quite fine. Others of them are just sort of absurd and continuing to be absurd. And, frankly, I enjoy it. I enjoy a little sports back and forth. Personal attacks I don't enjoy nearly as much. And I certainly didn't enjoy the hockey the Sabres played last night. The Sabres got absolutely boat raced by the Montreal Canadiens up and down the ice last night. There's no denying it. The nasty forecheck that the Sabres are known for, barely present. The active defensemen in the offensive zone and on the defensive zone, barely present. The depth of the Sabres, barely present. It was as though the Buffalo Sabres weren't really even on the ice for stretches last night. Now, there were stretches where they looked okay. There was a power play where they had the puck at the goal line several times and it just magically bounced away. And there were some questionable calls by refs, but that went both ways. The truth is, last night was just a no good, very bad game. At the game, you just got to flush and move on. And you do. You got to flush and move on. The series is 2-1. The series is not, 3-0. The series is 2-1. Win Tuesday, and the whole series looks different. And that's what I think Montreal Canadiens fans keep forgetting. Now, don't get me wrong. Their arena was absolutely electric, as repeatedly noted by the ESPN broadcast for the game. The stadium was absolutely electric. The outside of the stadium was absolutely electric. Although the way the ESPN broadcast talked about it, you would think that no stadium in the history of the world ever had fans in attendance outside of Montreal. And the Montreal Canadiens, to their credit, came to play in all manners of the game. They were fast, they were aggressive, they were forechecking, they were tough, they were gritty, and any perceived slight on the team was met with overwhelming and unrelenting violence. And that's, I've credited the Sabres for having the same style of play in the past, and credit to the Montreal Canadiens. They came out, they were ready to play. So what do the Sabres do from here? How do they get back in this series? Well, number one, and this is the sort of the easiest, but also not the easiest, they have to get back to what they're good at. They do. And, Nick, how in the world do they get back to doing what they're good at? Well, we're going to break it down a little bit further, so just slow your roll, okay? But they have to get back to their identity. Right now, they're on the back foot. No team likes to play on the back foot. They don't like to be chasing, and when you're chasing, it's just hard. Last night, the Sabres drew first blood, and then didn't make any noise really after that. Drawing first blood was a good first step. But then they have to keep the pressure up. They drew first blood and then just let their foot off the gas, weirdly. You've got to draw first and then keep pressing. You could have had more chances. And the way you generate more chances, more pucks on net and more bodies on net. Jakub Dobeš is a very good goaltender. He is. He's a rookie. He's very, very good. I'm going to sneeze. The moment has passed. He's a very good goaltender. But again, much like Jeremy Swayman in the first round, he's not invincible. He can be moved off his spot. And he's a hothead. You can get him moving off his spot, uncomfortable, and make him hot. And when a goaltender gets hot, they're overthinking. And that's what you want your goaltender to be doing. That's what you want as the other team. It's what you want the other goaltender doing. You want him pressing. You want him trying to make the heroic save. You want him, when a goaltender has to try, that's when pucks are going to start to go in. We saw it in game 1. You've got to create those opportunities, and you've got to press Dobeš. You've got to force him. You got to force him off the spot. And the way you do that is bodies on net. That's just it. But you got to have bodies on net. You got to have the puck going to the net. And you can't have one Sabre being surrounded by 3 red jerseys at all times. There's got to be support. There were moments where the Sabres were in really good position and really supporting well and fighting against the boards and forechecking really hard. But there were only moments. There weren't sustained lengths of play where they were doing that. The other thing you got to do is you just got to get back on defense. I know I just said you got to do the forechecking thing as well, right? But you can't forecheck to the expense of having a defense, because Alex Lyon got left on islands last night, like just alone, like king of his own island, facing shots. And to be honest, the game could have been a lot worse if he didn't make half the saves he made. It's true. The game could have been a lot worse. There is no simple answer to how to play better in a series when you've had a bad game, except to say you got to remember where you are in the series. If you were down 3-0 in the series, yep, that's desperation time. You're down 2-1. There is a lot of hockey left to play. Come back, take the next game, retake home ice. There's a lot of hockey left to play. The Canadiens fans in my comments this morning seem to forget that. I stand by the Sabres in 6. And the Sabres in 6 meant they were always going to lose 2 games. Sorry, Canadiens fans. I stand by it. We'll talk more about the game tomorrow. I'm excited. Looking forward to it. Sabres just got to get back to who they are. And who they are is the Buffalo Sabres. I know that was a little dramatic. That was a little cheesy. A little bit of a cheesy sign-off. But you know what? Not many people watch the full video anyway. So you know what? I get to do cheesy sign-offs if I want to do them. I get to. It's my show. It's my channel. I have the option to do it. I get to enjoy it. I get to have a little bit of fun. The Sabres need to get back to having fun on the ice. And they will. Buffalo Sabres, Montreal Canadiens, Tuesday, 7 p.m. on the terrible, no good, very bad ESPN network, which I know is the every sports program network or whatever it's actually called. They're so bad. ESPN, you guys are just terrible at broadcasting hockey. You're just bad at it. First of all, you got to learn the players on the ice. Just learn who they are. And second, I'm not even going to get into that. That's more of a conspiracy theory side of it. I don't need to get into that. ESPN, you're terrible. Get a better broadcasting team. Just MSG Network, or keep it on TNT, something like that, NHL. Anyways, I'm out of time. I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. Have a great day.